Hello, friends. Welcome to Level Up with Debbie Neal. I am your host. There is nowhere I would rather be than right here, right now with you. This podcast is all about leveling up in all aspects of our lives. Thank you for being here. I am so grateful. I'm excited to be on this journey with you. Together, we are leveling up. You ready? Hello, my Level Up family. So today, I want to speak today from my heart. And it's not like I don't always speak from my heart, but my heart has felt something very heavy for the past week. So this podcast is Level Up with Debbie Neal, and we cover everything. And we have incredible people. So all of you listeners, there's all different professions. It's all different walks of life that are a part of our Level Up family. And one of my goals when we're on this podcast is to keep this podcast very appropriate and very applicable to no matter what you do for a living, right? Like you could be a coach, you could be a teacher, you could be in sales, you could be a CEO, you could be whatever. But there are also a ton of network marketers that listen to my podcast. I am a network marketer. And today, I want to sit in this space. So if you're in the same industry and profession as me, this is going to be, I kind of think, an extra good one. And we're going to be talking about legacy today. And if you are not in my profession, I still encourage you to listen, because here's the thing. Each and every one of us have the ability to leave a legacy in this world. Network marketing happens to be my vehicle. So yours can be very different. You could be leaving a legacy through, relationships or mentoring or another profession. At the end of the day, a legacy is a legacy. And so one of the greatest network marketing professionals passed away. And her name, I don't even want to say was Jessie Lee Ward. Her name is Jessie Lee Ward. And mostly, I knew her as Jessie Lee, Boss Lee. Now, I never met Jessie Lee. In fact, it was less than a year ago. I did a virtual event that Fraser Brooks asked me to be a part of. And when he invited me to be a part of this event, I was very, very honored. I said yes. And like with any event, shortly after that, a flyer came out. And this event was called the Success Summit. And on this flyer were the speakers that were participating in this event. And I was one of the 7. And Jessie Lee was also on the flyer. And again, I looked at the flyer. It sounds very like making it about me. I was so happy to be on the flyer. I was so happy to participate. I was so happy to serve. I had no idea who the other people were on the flyer. And before the event, actually in New York City, there was an advertisement on the big Megatron or whatever it is. And I think it was in the financial district. I don't even know where, but it was a big thing in New York City. And I started to get calls what is this thing you're doing? You're on a flyer, you're doing this network marketing summit, and you're on a flyer with Jessie Lee. And, quite honestly, I thought to myself, well, who's Jessie Lee? Who's Jessie? And every now and then our ego shows up. I'm like, I'm on there. Who's Jessie Lee? And I'm in network marketing. I'm a top income earner. I'm a 1% of the 1%. And with any company you're in, you could go see the earnings statement, okay, of what's typical, what's average. But here's the thing. I learned very quickly where Jessie Lee was in income. She was not in my company. We're in different companies. But she was number 1 in the entire network marketing profession. So to give you an idea, there are thousands of network marketing direct selling companies. And I thought, that's why we always say you want to be leveling up, because I really thought I made good income. Not that I wasn't striving for more and wanting to become more, but until I learned what she was making. And now some can hear that and say, money isn't everything. That just whatever. But here's the thing. It isn't about the money necessarily, but my belief is that money that you earn, especially in a business like mine, equals impact. So that's my belief. It's my belief that in my profession, it represents lives changed. I believe in what I sell so much that I believe that every time I make a sale, it's lives changed, because I'm servicing a customer. I love and believe in my business model so much that for me, the people that I share this with, I'm serving. It's lives changed. The more people I teach and train, earn, to create, whatever it is they're looking for in their life, right? For some, they want to earn fun money. Like, so if you look at a business, they want to earn fun money. So maybe it's shoes, maybe it's dinners out, whatever it is for you. And then there's some people that say, I want to start a business to pay bills. And some people could maybe have a little bit of a bigger vision and say, I want to, start this to see if it could pay my mortgage. And others want to help other people help their mortgages. So whatever it is for you, I equate it to the more that I earn, the more people I've helped. Now, you might not be a part of my industry, but I do pray that you feel the same. Like, if you're selling something, do you believe you are serving others? Do you believe that whatever it is you have to offer, that you're improving their life? And if that's your core belief, of course you're going to sell more, right? Because you believe like, oh my gosh, everybody needs to have this. It has such value, which in turn, you're going to earn more. So if you're a coach, whether that's in network marketing, whether that's in sports, whether it's any type of leadership, the more you coach, the better you coach, the better you lead, the more you inspire others to be more. Chances are, okay, I need to say legally, there's no guarantees, but chances are the more you're going to earn. And it all goes back to impact. And plus, going back to income, I love learning from people who are earning more than me. Like, that's how we level up. So of course, when this event happened a year ago, of course, when I learned who Jessie Lee was, I had to follow her. Of course, I started watching her things. Why? Because if you want to be the best, surround yourself with the best, learn from the best. I am very grateful. That event was fabulous on many levels, but it introduced me to a woman who was redefining the industry I am a part of. And so Jessie Lee's story, if you don't know it, she had been fighting cancer the past year. And what I saw on social media was that she was always showing up with love, always showing up with vision, always showing up, being the bar, casting the light, smiling, and being filled with love. Jessie Lee lost her battle on this earth, and she has gone to be with Jesus. She was 34 years old. And whether you knew her personally or if you didn't, like me, it really hit home for me. It hit home for me for a lot of reasons. One is our industry is a family. It's a connection and a community that is like no other. It hit home for me because, gosh, death hits us. I mean, it really does hit us. Have you guys ever just been stopped in your tracks and you could just hear about someone or something and be like, why am I sweating the small stuff? Why am I not living out loud? What am I waiting for, right? So we reflect. We all think we have more time than we do. And even having a full life, whatever a full life is, I don't know, is 80, 90, 100, 110, whatever that is, in the big picture, it's a blink. And let's be honest, we all waste time. Every single one of us waste time. Have you, here's like just some questions to think of. Have you lived out loud? Are you living your best life? Are you settling? Are you putting decisions off? Are you somedaying your success? Someday I'll do it. Someday I'll make the call. Someday I'll get off the couch. Someday I'll get in the game. Someday I'll do the actions required. Are you avoiding what you know you need to do to move that needle forward? So Jessie Lee has been on my mind and my heart since she has departed this earth, and an overwhelming emotion has come over me to share on this podcast. And so today I want to talk about leaving a legacy. Like, and you guys, I just have literally a few bullet points in front of me. I don't really know where this is going to go, but like, what is a legacy? How and why to create a legacy. And this is my deep belief, okay? We never know when God is going to call us home. Like, we think we've got we do have until eternity, because I believe when we leave this earth, thank God, I know that I'm going to be with Jesus and I'm going to be in heaven and there's an eternity and life goes on. But again, we are spiritual beings having a human experience, and we do not know when we're going to be called home. So for whatever reason, Jessie Lee was called to heaven. And this is what I know without even personally knowing her. She's an angel over this entire industry. That's my belief. Her legacy will live forever. And with her on our side, we've got wings to stand tall, stand proud, level up and shine. And with her in heaven, of course, people would want her back here on earth. But with her in heaven, we will take this industry to a whole new level. Like I feel this. And I've always felt this way, but I think with every big life experience, it's like, what are you waiting for to commit to be even more? She has left a huge space to fill, and I'm calling on all of us to rise together. And so, when I reflect on the power of network marketing, here's what I love about this business model. Okay. Whatever you want to create from it, you can. Now, again, it's going back to there's no guarantees in life. You want to be, you could go out and be like, I'm going to be a professional football player. Well, let me tell you something. From the minute you sign up for that little peewee football program, there's no guarantee you're going to be in the NFL. It's not probable. It's not average, but it's possible because people have done it. Right? So that's why my belief is whatever you want to create, you can, because I want to affirm possibility in you. If you want to earn a little, work a little, sell a little, you want to have a hobby, great. You want to be here for the community, awesome. If that's your interest level, we love you and there's a space for you because it's a community like no other. It's like you're just surrounded by like-minded, positive, happy people cheering one another on. You want more? We know it's obvious, right? You do more, you sell more, you share more. You want to earn a lot, you supersize that. So no matter what company you are with, we're always ethical and we refer people back to earnings and average statements, right? So they can see what's typical. But we do that because there aren't any guarantees for income, not in network marketing and not in any other industries. Of course there aren't. But this is what I will tell you. I saw what was possible 17 years ago. I saw a business that was merit-based. I had grit. I had work ethic. I had that competitive drive in me. Like I love to win. I help other people win. I saw what others had done. I was told the odds. I was told what was average, but I didn't give them any oxygen. I didn't pay them any attention. Why? Because I didn't want an average life. I didn't want an average business. I didn't want to earn average income. And I knew I was willing to work harder, to do more, to see bigger, to practice more. My heart was on fire and I felt very, very unstoppable. Now, for me, I was 36 years old, 17 years ago. I never sold a thing in my life. I spent 2 years prior to starting my business journaling and literally manifesting what I wanted my life to look like. And it was clear and it was bold and it was vivid. And I had absolutely no idea how this was going to be created. But in my heart, it was already done. You ever have this deep knowing? Like it was absolute. And then everything changed for me when a business and a company was shared with me. My heart, I was ready for it. When I say it all the time, I might not have been looking for it, but what we're looking for is always looking for us. It's that law of attraction. It's that energy. It's the physics. So my heart was beating out of my chest. I was excited, I was nervous, I was scared, and I was obsessed, all wrapped up in one. And I knew in my gut that this is what I was praying for. I opened my heart to one conversation and the game changed. And so I left that day. I felt like I had a cape on. I felt invincible. And then you know what happened? Fear happened and doubt happened and excuses happened. It was like a flood of emotion, basically screaming, danger, danger, don't do it, unknown. Because you know why? Our subconscious wants us to keep us safe. It does. Everything we want is on the other side of fear. I felt the fear and I did it anyway. And my friends, at the same time, you know what? I said yes for me. It wasn't a deep meeting. It wasn't about legacy. It wasn't about other people. I said yes for what it could do for me if I worked it. I said yes for what it could do for my family if I worked it. How it had the potential to change so much if I worked it and treated it like a business. So May 30th, 2006, I said yes. But my friends, saying yes is the easy part. You don't build a legacy by saying yes to start. You build a legacy by saying yes over and over and over and over. I've been building my business for 17 years, and each and every year I realize, wow, this is powerful. And it's not about like the ego, but there's times I quietly sit and say, what if you let the no's in your head? What if you let the people who thought you were crazy in your heart? What if you let the people who said this can't be done get to you? What if you fell every single time you hit an obstacle? What if you quivered down every single time there was a bullseye on your back? What would your life look like? What would your business look like? What would the people who are in your organization who are doing it because we don't sit on the sidelines, what it means and why it's so important? So the word legacy just kept coming up and coming up. So when you really think about it, what is a legacy? So a legacy is a positive impact that your life had on other people. Your life. Leaving a legacy is more than money. What did our life teach other people? What example did we set? When you leave a legacy, people will live on through you because of you. We have one life. We have absolutely no dress rehearsal. We don't know when our time is up. When God calls us home, we're going. And, we have 3 significant days in our life. Now, of course, weddings are significant, birth of our children is significant, jobs are significant. There's a lot of milestones. But when you really think of the 3 big ones, it's the day you were born, it's the day you realize why you were born, what your purpose is, and the day we die. And then we've got this dash in the middle. So like I was born 1971, I'm living in the dash because I don't know when the end date is. You're all living in the dash because you're listening to this podcast. So we've got the dash in between, and our goal is to live out that dash, to live with passion, to live with purpose, to live with significance. No one leaves a legacy on accident. You're not tripping your way on tripping, falling, and creating a legacy. Leaving a legacy requires living a life on purpose. Leaving a legacy takes being all in and living out loud. And I want to talk to you today about how to leave a legacy with the vehicle that we have here in network marketing. Now, if you're in a different profession and industry, replace it with whatever it is you're passionate about, okay? Named one of Oprah's favorite things in 2018, Cozy Earth's best-selling bamboo sheet set is temperature regulating and incredibly soft. Cozy Earth's bedding collection offers a variety of luxury pillows, sheets, blankets, and more. Cozy Earth's linen bedding collection adds a casual elegance to any space and captures the fabric's breezy, timeless appeal. They are so unbelievably soft, so unforgettably comfortable. CozyEarth.com products are made from responsibly sourced viscose from bamboo. Feels like heaven to the touch. At CozyEarth.com, you can explore their latest arrivals like new blankets, throws, expertly crafted from luxury fabrics like cashmere bamboo, ideal for year-round warmth and coziness, available in a range of earthly neutrals. I just got my set and I absolutely love them. So Cozy Earth provided an exclusive offer for my listeners today, up to 35% off site-wide when you use the code LEVEL UP. So like some of the notes I wrote down are like, be bold. Now, some of you might be like, I don't want to be bold. Okay. Then maybe I'm not talking to you right now. I'm talking to the people who say, I want to leave an imprint. I want to leave the world a better place. I want to be brave so people can have more. Then what are you waiting for to be bold? Share what you have with passion. Don't you dare shrink down to the opinions of other people. Rise up to meet your vision. Your boldness gives others permission to be more. So does everyone around you know what you do? Like, think about it. When somebody's a doctor or if they're a lawyer or whatever, they're so proud to talk about what they do. I'm so proud of what I do. So whatever it is you do you share it with a question mark? Or do you share it with an exclamation point? Because those things are invisible, but they're very visible, if that makes sense. Boldness creates legacies. Now, you're not just going to build a legacy because you're bold. It's a whole bunch of things inspired. And boldness is not arrogance. Boldness is not rude. Boldness is not obnoxious. Boldness is pride. It's proud. It's being confident. When we play small, we live in regret and we just don't value every single day. So another thing I thought of on my heart is stand in the power of what we do, right? The power of network marketing is so professional. So let's just, it's so powerful. It's professional too, but I meant to say powerful. Okay. So when you think of a traditional business, instead of a brick and mortar business, it's a click and order business. So my mission is to educate people on the industry. Right? Whether you want to do this business with me, whether you're not, I'm an ambassador for the industry. Mad love and mad respect for what I do. So let's think of traditional selling. So let's say you're a customer and you're going into, I don't know, Target or Ulta or CVS, any retail establishment. Okay. You know, those products are going from the manufacturer, the distributor, the wholesale, the warehouse, the advertising. So every single one of those steps want a piece of the pie. And then all of these steps before it hits the retail establishment. The only difference when you're buying from a direct selling network marketing company, the products go from the warehouse direct to the end consumer. They get shipped through the internet. There's no middlemen. And then it just leaves more money for the company to put it back into science and technology and ingredients. And let's be honest, it's convenient. The customer's getting great quality. And if you're like me, right, you take it one step further and you choose to build a business. My gosh, I started a business 17 years ago. I fell in love with the products. I bought my products at a discount. I share what I love. We all share what we love. You go to a good restaurant, you tell somebody you're sharing it. You have a landscaper come and do amazing work at your house. You're sharing it. You come and you have a great experience with a realtor and you thought they were just so amazing. You're sharing it. So I share my love for my products. I sell products and I share obviously the ones I love. So I'm serving customers. And then my passion is I'm always looking for people who want to do what I do. My passion is growing people. I am a people builder. I love to coach people to success. Mentorship and coaching, gosh, in my industry, in what I do, it's free. The more people you help become successful in reality, right? Not guarantees. I got to walk that fine line here. The more successful you are. That's kind of the model. You can sell product, or in addition, you could teach people, in addition to you selling product, teach them how to sell product. But don't overcomplicate it, right? So just get to know the industry, stand in the power of this industry big time, and share with conviction. Like, you know, we all have really different journeys, but you want to be building your belief so you can share with conviction. Like, be proud, be excited, build your belief, practice. When I started my business, oh my gosh, every single day I would stand in front of a mirror and I would deliver it and I would practice it. And then I would record myself and then I would watch myself and then I would listen to myself. And I was like, do you say, are you talking too much about yourself? Do you get it? Are you excited? Like over and over, you know, what do athletes do? They practice and they practice and they practice. Don't overthink it. Okay. I stood in front of that mirror. I lined up my pillows. I made my kids listen. I casted my vision. I casted my vision till I believed it. And then I fueled my vision every single day. When you are convicted, your energy changes. You know, average people share at the belief level of others. Like, oh, this person's really negative, so I'm going to play it down. Or this person doesn't believe in what I'm doing, so I'm going to play it down. Or this person doesn't. Like, what? Don't alter who you are. That's not how you leave a legacy. Okay. And so I always reflect back to my story. When somebody shared this business with me, I was actually looking for something. I was praying for something. I was journaling about something. I had no idea what I was going to do. And she started to talk to me about it. My first reaction in my mind was, thank you, but no thank you. I'm good. Like, where did I come off? I'm good. What's the definition of good? And then she continued to lean in. And then she continued to cast her vision. And then she continued to ask me, where would I be in 5 years if I keep doing what I'm doing? And she was asking me, we need to realize that every single reason they say no is an opportunity to kind of connect the dots. And so if she didn't keep leaning in and share boldly, I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't. I wouldn't have joined somebody who was unsure. I wouldn't have joined somebody who said, I'm not really sure. I'm going to give this 3 months. I'm going to see if it works out. I'm going to test my network. I would have said, good luck to you. I'm not following you. You don't know what bus you're getting on, right? So really focus on that. Another thing I jotted down is committing to the big picture. Like, what is the big picture? Do you know the big picture? Create a vision. Visionaries, to be a visionary is really, really important. Even when I watched Jessie Lee's journey through cancer, and I watched it every day, and that's how you begin to feel like you know these people. Her vision was always health. Her vision was always success. Her vision was always abundance. We only saw her vision. I don't know exactly what the doctors said. I didn't know how she was feeling day to day, but she was creating a vision. She saw it. She was living it. And it's the same thing when you're sharing about your company or your purpose or your passion or your goals. It's creating a vision. Vision drives you. It inspires you. It keeps you going. It inspires people around you. People want to follow somebody with vision, right? And you're holding that vision really high. Another thing I jotted down, which it kind of touches what I already spoke about, is becoming a network marketing professional. Like, learn about our industry, learn about it. One of the greatest things about our industry is you don't need a college education. You need to be 18 years or older. So the great thing is that anybody can do it. But then the unfortunate thing is that anybody could do it. So if you went to school for 4 years or 8 years or 12 years, you wouldn't shy away from a profession because you got rejected 4 times. You wouldn't, throw away a degree because somebody didn't believe in you. You wouldn't, throw away all your education because somebody started with you and they quit. So you need to realize, becoming a professional, you're building your belief in the industry. You're building your belief in yourself. You're building your belief in the power. You're fueling yourself. You're feeding yourself. You become that ambassador. You realize that you're not in the convincing business. You're in the sorting business. We have 7 billion people walking on this earth. There are people that are looking for what you're looking for. So be really proud of what you do. And that's an important part of creating a legacy. You need to be proud. Why? Because you're instilling that pride in other people. People are watching you. Your family's watching you. Your friends are watching you. People are watching you. Hey, another thing is be excellent. We're talking about a legacy here. We're not talking about being average. We're not talking about dipping your toe in. We're talking about building a legacy primarily in the network marketing space. Be excellent. We can all have the same company. We could have different companies. We could have, same products, different products. We the same opportunity, but what's really going to separate so many people is our standard of excellence. Our standards, what we allow in our life, what we allow to take place in our business, what we allow ourselves to do and not do. Being excellent is about raising the bar. It's about creating urgency. It's about building grit, standing out. The road to average is so crowded. I remember when I started my business, and this can sound like ego. It's so not meant to, but I was like, okay, what is the average for the top? And then what is possible for the top? And then who's number one? I want to know my bar. Who am I chasing? Who am I following? I wanted that when I started my business, that I wanted to create a path that had such high standards that anybody in my entire company, somebody could say, whose team are you on? And they would say, Debbie Neal. And I wanted them to say that with pride, not because it represented me, but it represented the standards, the level of excellence. But now I'm realizing with Jessie Lee, it's more than establishing that in a company. It's establishing that in an industry. So you get to define what excellence is, but excellence is such an amazing legacy to live on, that when there's that, you never want to compete with people. We're only competing against ourselves. We're competing against our best self. But when you live a legacy of excellence, when somebody's like tempted to do less than their potential, you want them to be like, what would Debbie Neal do in this case? What would she tell me to do? How would she show up? Like, those are the type of things that I want people to associate with my name. Setting big goals and always having a goal. That's really key with with creating a legacy, because in order to do that, you're creating urgency. I remember when I started my business, the first question that came out of my mouth is, what's a great start month? Like, what would be like killer? Don't tell me the bare minimum. Don't tell me average. What would be like an awesome, like bring it home start month? And I was told a number. I was told, how many sales to create. And I thought to myself, well, if that's a really good start month, what if you Debbie Nealed it? What if you did that in a week? What would that look like? And you guys, I'm not saying that to brag, and I'm not saying that to impress you, but I was like, I want to start off hungry. Now, you could start off hungry wherever you are. You could be 5 years into your business, 10 years in your business, like, you know what? I'm going to wake up tomorrow hungry. And so I pushed myself and I set deadlines that made me, honestly, times I felt like I wanted to vomit. That might not be what you want. That's fine. But you're tuning in to Level Up with Debbie Neal. So that's what we're going to talk about. Push yourself, build that name. When you're building a business, you're building a brand. What do you want that brand to be? Because all of those things are building your legacy. Show up. Showing up is a huge part. Do you want to be known as somebody that always showed up? Leaders show up. They're the first to arrive. They're the last to leave. They're making connections. They're getting to know people. They're fully present when they're there. Showing up is creating activity, always creating activity. Take up space. Take up space, not in an arrogant way, but so many people, like, they're kind of off in the corner, and it comes from feeling maybe unworthiness. Sit in the front. If you're on a Zoom, put your camera on. Show up big. If it makes you feel uncomfortable, get uncomfortable. Legacies don't come from being comfortable. And dream big. Don't back down to the version of the people around you. Rise up to your dreams. What do you want in life? What is your why? What are your dreams? And then I go back to the original question. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? One of the things we need to remember is that this isn't about us. When we become more, we have the ability to help others become more. When we break limitations in our mind, we develop the leadership to help others break limitations in their mind. When we build people and grow our mindset, we're able to coach others to win. So I want to ask you all some questions. And this is something I always ask, right? Or always ask in my business. Are you treating every single day of the month like it's the last day of the month? That was one of my secrets to starting my business. The results that I achieved were the furthest from typical, the furthest from normal, the furthest thing from probable. I didn't want that. I wanted to be like, wow. I wanted to push the limits. I wanted to break the bars. And I didn't really know what I was doing, but I knew if I treated every single day like the last day of the month, I would separate myself from the pack. And the truth is that most people don't. Why? Because they think they have more time, because they overthink, because their goals to them really are far off. If we believed we could do them, we'd work like we could do them. So are you working and building like there isn't a tomorrow? And that might sound really grim. It is everybody's reality. Our life is a gift. Every single day is a gift. Life is so short. You have the ability to accomplish so much, but at the same time, life is short. So what are you waiting for? Why are you building this? Are you building a business with the urgency that it truly requires to build the legacy that you know you're capable of? Are you building a business with the mindset that, oh my gosh, I want to touch as many lives as I possibly can and change lives and inspire people to be more? I know my purpose. My purpose is to get inside of the hearts and the souls of as many people as I can to help them tap into their God-given potential. I just came back from Canada, and one of the top leaders in my organization, her mom passed away. And I was able to be with her. I watched her, be able to be with her mom for the 17 days leading up to her passing, to be by her bedside, not missing an opportunity to talk to her and to deeply love her. And so she was fully present. That's a gift that this has the potential to give you. And after 17 years of building my business, I've seen several leaders have this gift of time. And so again, the bigger your business, chances are more leaders that build this business have the ability to create the choices, to create the moments and the memories that they would have never had if it weren't for the life and the reality that they created today. And all of this is part of building a legacy. Will people remember your words? Will people remember your level of energy? Will people remember your presence? Will people remember your positive mindset? With a powerful legacy, people will feel you for generations. Will your team forever be grateful for the huge path that you've blazed for them? My friends, when we sit in our smallness, when we sit in our obstacle, when we sit in our resentment, when we sit in blaming or justifying mode, and honestly, I'm really passionate about this when people say, I make enough, I'm good. Really? I'm calling on your greatness because this isn't about you. The more people you help, the bigger legacy you're creating. Are you holding back sharing what you do because of the opinions of others? Friends, I've heard more opinions in the last 17 years. And what I've learned is what other people think of me, it just isn't my business. And I don't know about you, but I've learned you can't pay your bills with other people's opinions. I know my heart. I know my intentions. I know my character. That gives me the passion and the belief to stand in my truth. We don't leave this earth with the opinions of others. I am sure there are thousands of people that had different opinions of Jessie Lee Ward. I'm sure she had haters. Nobody accomplishes anything great without haters. I've had haters. I've had people attempt to take me out. I refuse to get bitter. I'm committed to getting better. I know in my heart that I've got the ability to leave a huge legacy. We are all born to make an impact, to leave the world better than we found it, to touch the lives of others. And I refuse to shrink down to negativity in life. I refuse to lower my dreams based on the actions and opinions of others. I've never met Jessie Lee. I didn't know her personally. I am going to honor her legacy. And you want to know the best part of what we do as network marketing professionals? A lot of us have the same mindset. When one of us wins, we all win. And in my opinion, this industry is the best thing on the planet. You find me something better because in my mind, it doesn't exist. Now, again, you might be in a different industry and I pray to God you feel the same way as I do about mine. Because here's the thing, if you're with someone, right, you're with the love of your life, in your opinion, they're the best thing on the planet. It doesn't mean somebody else's man or woman isn't, right? But you are involved, you're with the best. So if you want to build a legacy, love what you do. Lead with passion. It's time to get off the sidelines, stop scrolling and watching other people create the life that you want. Get to work, hustle, own it. Move the needle. This is not a do as I once did and now chill business. It isn't to me. It's a do as I'm doing business. It's a follow me business. It's a learn from my lead business. I love when people tell me, you know what, you are successful, but you work really hard. Damn straight I do. I love what I do. It's in me. It's part of my DNA. When we play bigger, we expand into a bigger space. We give others permission to dream. When we break the limits in our own mind, you know what happens? We believe more, we see more, our combos become bigger, everything expands. Today is a gift and tomorrow isn't promised. It is time to go all in. You are the author of your story. You have the pen. It is time to fill in that dash. The bigger you play, the bigger your impact. Every single one of us has the ability to leave a legacy. Leaving a legacy is priceless. You live on. Your vision lives on. Your passion lives on. Your belief lives on. The coaching you've done lives on. Your example lives on. Your energy lives on. Your conviction lives on. It's almost like people hear like that word. It's like they can't escape you. Like, what would she do? What would he do if he was here? What would they tell me to do? And you know the answer to that when the legacy is big enough. Your standard lives on. What is your current legacy right now? If you were to pass on, what is that legacy? But better question. What is the legacy that you are committed to leveling up to create right now? We don't live forever. The goal is to create something that will live on forever. I'm working to build something that will be talked about and carried on long after I'm gone. Remember, your legacy isn't what you leave behind. It's what you create each and every day you live your life with purpose and intention. How many lives are you here to touch? Building a legacy is our responsibility to create while we are here, while we are breathing. May you rest in peace, Jessie Lee. God bless you, Boss Lee. Thank you for showing us what is possible. Thank you for raising the bar. Thank you for shining your light so bright that the path of possibility is illuminated for us. I will build better. I will build bigger. Together, we will redefine what is possible. I love you all. Thank you for being here. Life is so precious. Go and live it and love really big.